What's up? From my water-damaged basement in Prince George's County, Maryland. It's Sunday night. It's time for Sunday songs. How's your week? I just played my first real live gig tonight in Roseland, Virginia, and I drove down 66 from DC to play the gig. It went really good with my friends Mandolin Orange. I don't think everybody got COVID because they were very safe. And then I hustled back here up 66 and I made it in time for Sunday songs. You guys don't think that I miss Sunday songs, do you? I would never do that. So thank you for being here. I'd like to start each show by telling everybody, if you could, it would really help me out if you would text a friend or if you would tag a friend in this video and tell them that there's a live show going on right now. So thanks for doing that, and let's play some tunes. Don't take everything they say to heart. Don't pick every unkind word apart. It's a brave new world, but some things still hold true. The seasons change and people change, they do. 'Cause they don't know beauty, just the costume. Don't know music, just the volume. Stay and dance with just who brought you. When the lights come up, baby, nothing else remains. So grab that waiting wheel and set your course. Let the chorus waver back and forth. It's you alone knows where the greatness lies. So meet their doubtful gazes eye to eye. 'Cause they don't know beauty, just the costume. Don't know music, just the volume. Stay and dance with just who brought you. Stay and dance with just who brought you. Stay and dance with just who brought you. When the lights come up, baby, nothing else remains. When the lights come up, baby, nothing else remains. Thank you. Let me check here in the comments. I tried to do something to fix the latency between the sound and the picture. So I think in past episodes it wasn't lining up really well. So let me know in the comments if that's working out good or bad. I think I fixed it. But I think a lot of things, you guys. So I don't see any complaints about it yet. So that's a good sign. Thanks for being here. I'm Joe Pug. This is Sunday Songs. If you've been to many of these shows before, thank you for coming back. I always love seeing you here. If you've never been to one of these shows before, I play a bunch of my own tunes, and then at the end of this, I take questions and requests, and we hang out. And I always really appreciate it when you text a friend to tell them that there's a live show for free going on right now, or if you tag them on Facebook or send them a link, it always helps me out. So thanks for doing that. Here's a very old song. from the prison end beside the Great Lake. Below the rooftops and above the highway, the spirits pay rent on the basements they haunt. And the painters just draw pictures of the things that they want. I cook my dinner on the blacktop street. I come from the nation of heat. Outside the train station there's a bold painted sign. It says, try to be patient, don't forget to choose sides. We got the loudest explosions you ever heard. We got $2 soldiers in $10 words. If I didn't own boots, I wouldn't need feet. I come from the nation of heat. So swift and so vicious are the carnival rides. In the carnival bar, people hear your name for a bribe. We got billboards for love and Japanese cars. It ain't rare to hear the streetlights call themselves stars. The more that I learn, the more that I cheat. I come from the nation of heat. I've seen skeleton mothers and hungry folks across the street from the kitchens that cook dinner the most. Sometimes you hear whispers by the dark of the moon that we promised too much and gave it too soon. Even our coughs and our fevers compete. I come from the nation of heat. Blocking borders with smiles, our immigrant sons. We measure loneliness in miles and misery in tons. There's a straw-headed man rowing away from the shore. He says it's a shame they don't let you have slaves here anymore. I'm the ugliest man that you'll ever meet. I come from the nation of heat. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going to jump over to the comments and see where you guys are tonight. Good evening, Lucas. Thanks for being here. Family just fought. Ready to drink and listen to your tunes. Dark, but fine. Hey, Joe. Wanted to check in about the Joe Slug idea where you dress as a slug and sing songs about hating salt. I pitched it a while back. Not sure if you decided to wait until after COVID or what. Wow, Twitter egg or YouTube egg. That is, I love how you pitched that idea to me as if this is something that I'm aware that we discussed before. This is almost as good as an idea as there was a guy a couple of years back who did a cover of Hymn 35, but he changed all the words to having to do with pizza. Maybe next week for the bone pile, I'll play the hymn 35 about pizza. But I'm sorry, I have not gotten to your Joe Slug idea. It's a pretty good idea, though. Eric seems to feel that internet gigs are better than IRL gigs. That's fair enough. Hello, Susanna down in Melbourne. How you doing? This is great. Kavan's back in Thailand again. All right, brother. I love it. T. McLeod T says he's a first-time watcher. Rachel is Purdy, trying to score some points with the girlfriend. Matthew's in Portland. This is great. All right, I'm going to play another song, and we'll check out. Keep on putting down there in the comments where you guys are at. This one is off the Flood and Color. I bought this damn capo. I bought this capo cost way too much money. And I bought it because Robert Ellis told me to buy it. And you should never listen to his advice because he always tells you to buy expensive things. And it's never in tune when you put the capo on. Damn you, Robert Ellis. I woke up after breakfast. I left her bedroom late. The streets were filled with strangers, half expecting a parade. I never saw it coming as the first applause began. Then the blues came down on the heels of a marching band. Silver on my fingers, sugar on my tongue. My father stood behind me and he asked what I'd become. I said I speak a language that you'll never understand. Then the blues came down on the heels of a marching band. Blues came down, blues came down. They say that truth and justice must be their own reward. I grew rich pretending while the honest and poor. Don't you play dumb about it when you're on that witness stand. While the blues came down on the heels of a marching band. Yeah, the blues came down on the heels of a marching band. Thank you. If you're new to our show here, one of the things that really sets us apart here at Sunday Songs, you guys, is we are the only streaming show in the United States that has the proprietary mix of two cameras. We have a main camera, we have a piano camera. And at first, this innovation of mine was solely due to my financial acumen. I was able to afford this and other songwriters couldn't. And then I patented it. And now no one else can do a live stream with two cameras. So this is just a little taste of what you're getting here when you come to Sunday Songs. We're going to do a tune over here on the piano. This is one of my favorite songs by the Flying Burrito Brothers. Oh, and I bought another light for over here. Oh no, my headphones fell out. I bought another light for over here so that next week you guys will really be in business. We try to improve every week here at Sunday Songs. We don't like to rest on our laurels at all. This is one of my favorite Flying Burrito Brothers songs. This old town's filled with sin. It'll swallow you in if you got some money to burn. Take it home right away. You got 3 years to pay, but Satan is waiting his turn. This old earthquake's gonna leave me in the poorhouse. It seems like this whole town's insane. On the 31st floor, your gold-plated door won't keep out the Lord's burning rain. The scientists say it'll all wash away if we don't believe anymore. But we got our recruits in our green mohair suits, so please show your ID at the door. This old earthquake's gonna leave me in the poorhouse. It seems like this whole town's insane. On the 31st floor, your gold-plated door won't keep out the Lord's burning rain. A friend came around, tried to clean up this town. His ideas made some people mad. He's running from his crowd, so he spoke right out loud, and they lost the best friend they had. This old earthquake's gonna leave me in the poorhouse. It seems like this whole town's insane. On the 31st floor, your gold-plated door won't keep out the Lord's burning rain. On the 31st floor, your gold-plated door won't keep out the Lord's burning rain. Piano cam. Thank you so much. And thanks to the sponsors of the Piano Cam, you guys who come and see this show and help me pay for it. Let's see where else you guys are at tonight. Okay, so we got Thailand, and Larry Sanders is in Hanoi, Vietnam. Very Eastern evening here on the show tonight. Megan Jones is in Sacramento making some dinner and listening to the old pug. You guys sound like my kids. That's like what my kids will be calling me one of these days. Old pug. Old man pug. Plays an acoustic guitar. Why can't he just learn how to make beats? Frank Lawrence is in Nevada City. Joey, what's up, man? Out there in Washington State. Texas is in the house tonight. Hey, Michelle, how you doing? This is beautiful. Hey, it's my Aunt Teresa. Down in Cabot County. How you doing, Aunt Teresa? Are you making some raviolis for me for Thanksgiving? Are we going to get to do Thanksgiving this year? Is that happening, Aunt T? Really? I need to know. Are we allowed to do that? Good to see you, Aunt Teresa. Let's play another tune. That's out of tune. Hold on, guys. I'm too old to play stuff out of tune. I'll tell you what, that gig down in Virginia today was really fun. Devil's Backbone Brewing Company put it on. I wouldn't know about their beer because, as you know, I'm a teetotaler. I don't really drink beer that much, but I'm told that they got really good beer, and they put on a great show. They had a ton of people working there, making everyone feel comfortable with the public health stuff. It was a real win. I don't know that we're going to be able to do a bunch of these because the cold weather's coming up, but I can tell you, I talked to my agent tonight who was there at the gig, and he feels like we're going to do a bunch of these in the spring if COVID stays under control. Of course, that's a big if. All right, I'm in tune. Here we go. The night's so long, you can almost hear it groan. The night's so long, you can almost hear it groan. And we walk so far that our shadows turn to stone. It was a wretched room, but we hung up Christmas lights. It was a wretched room, but we hung up Christmas lights. And the girls played house while the neighbors froze outside. Brace yourself for the letdown. The Holy Ghost with his hands out. No peace on earth is cheaply found. Do you see my colors now? Well, she had long black hair, and you bought everything she sold. Yeah, she had long black hair, and you bought everything she sold. And she taught you the fine points of doing just as you were told. Brace yourself for the letdown. The Holy Ghost with its hands out. No peace on earth is cheaply found. Do you see my colors now? Do you see my colors now? Thank you. Thank you very much. Man, we got, Tom wants to know, is my daughter still acting up? A couple weeks ago, I mentioned to you that my youngest child, my daughter, who's about, somewhere between 1.5 and 2 years old, she figured out how to crawl out of the crib, and it's been a hell of a time. And my answer to you is no, nothing has been figured out. And at about 1 o'clock in the morning every morning, she's in bed with me. So I don't know what to do. All the men watching the show a couple weeks ago told me to put duct tape on top of the crib or something like that. And I still think that that's not what we're going to do. So I'm hoping this is a phase she grows out of. Let's see. Oh, I guess St. Augustine, I don't mean to bring the profanity in here. Rob, how dare you, has been in there, okay? Michelle wants to hear the measure. Sure, yeah, I'll play the measure for you. You got it. Chad's in Elko, Nevada. That's out there, Chad. I've toured this country many times over 15 years, and I've never heard of Elko. So you're out there, man. Okay. Look, I'm being judged for Matt. What's up, Matt? Down in Richmond. Matt's judging me for tuning. Hey, man. Whatever. You gotta tune sometimes. You wanted to hear the measure. Sure. You know, I played this last week on piano. I think I want to play it on piano again. I like playing the song on piano. Let's do that.
Every inch of anguish laid out side by side cannot make a full yard in the measure of our lives. Every coin of sorrow weighed upon the beams rises when the far side is freighted by our dreams. Where the night is rich, as we stop to look around, yes, I believe it is. As we pause to hear the sound, all we lost is nothing of what we found. All we lost is nothing of what we found. Every dying ember, every setting sun cannot cast a shadow on the rest we have run. Every paper dollar counted over twice cannot buy our gladness, cannot pay our price. Where the night is rich, we stop to look around, yes, I believe it is. As we stop to hear the sound, all we lost is nothing of what we found. All we lost is nothing of what we found. Where the night is rich, as we stop to look around, yes, I believe it is. As we pause to hear the sound, all we lost is nothing of what we found. All we lost is nothing of what we found.
That's for you, Michelle. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, I think it's time to do, let's head over to America's Favorite Time to Cry, Softboy Poem Corner. This is a wonderful poem by, I believe today's poem is by Billy Collins. And it is. This is rad. This is entitled Forgetfulness by Billy Collins. The name of the author is the first to go, followed obediently by the title, the plot, the heartbreaking conclusion, the entire novel, which suddenly becomes one you have never read, never even heard of. As if one by one, the memories you used to harbor decided to retire to the southern hemisphere of the brain, to a little fishing village where there are no phones. Long ago, you kissed the names of the 9 muses goodbye and watched the quadratic equation pack its bag. And even now, as you memorize the order of the planets, something else is slipping away. A state flower, perhaps, the address of an uncle, the capital of Paraguay. Whatever it is you are struggling to remember, it is not poised on the tip of your tongue or even lurking in some obscure corner of your spleen. It has floated away down a dark mythological river whose name begins with an L as far as you can recall, well on your own way to oblivion, where you will join those who have even forgotten how to swim and how to ride a bicycle. No wonder you rise in the middle of the night to look up the date of a famous battle in a book on war. No wonder the moon in the window seems to have drifted out of a love poem that you used to know by heart. Thank you, Billy Collins. That's a beautiful one. That will surely work for America's favorite time to cry. Soft Boy Poem Corner. I'm going to do another tune off of The Flooding Color. I don't think I've done this one for a little while. I had this guitar outside for the first time today in like 7 months. So it's being really temperamental. Yeah, I don't think I've played this one in a while. Let's play it.
I will find you at the exit of my highway. I will find you at the bottom of my glass. No drink is strong enough. No drink is strong enough. No drink is strong enough. Still my shaking hand. On a highway west of Davenport in Kansas, in the moonlight of a broken red roof inn. No night is dark enough to tell you where I've been. I will find you in the arms of yet another. I will find you in her medicated eyes. No God is cruel enough. No God is cruel enough. No God is cruel enough pay me back in kind. I will find you painting crosses in the courtyard. I will find you walking backwards with a child. No fall is high enough. No fall is high enough. No fall is high enough.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's see what else you guys want to hear. I can take all of your requests. I can take questions now. Just say what's up. Here, let's see. Brenda has this. I've been getting a lot of suggestions now from you guys for poems to do, and it's really saving my butt. So Brenda says, Joe, Franz write One Heart for the poem corner. It's gorgeous and heartbreaking, full of hope. Franz was a friend. He died recently and his work. Oh, my Lord. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. Yeah, email it to me, Brenda. My email is pretty easy to find. Get a hold of me. That shouldn't be a problem, and I'm sorry for your loss. Speaking of, well, the opposite of a loss, I got an email from one of our regulars. I don't know her real name, but Mama Mary, who seems to be at each one of our shows. I hope she's here tonight. She sent me a message saying that her husband of about 40 years, after going through a very difficult ordeal, looking for a liver transplant, got his liver transplant this week. So that's awesome. And she sent me that saying that she'd like to hear this song for him tonight. So this song won't do him as good as his new liver will, but this goes out to your husband, and thank God they were able to mend him up.
You see the moon in the mirror tonight as you put it on a 35 south. Got a lot upon your mind tonight, and so you took a ride to figure it out. The years went by like strangers that you might have recognized if they didn't walk away into the wedding night. Don't back down yet, it'll get brighter. Stand your ground like a veteran fighter. Grip that wheel just a little bit tighter now. No, don't back down yet, it'll get brighter. Stand your ground like a veteran fighter. Grip that wheel just a little bit tighter now. You see your baby in the stars tonight as you put it on the 35 south. You know she wonders where you are tonight and whether you could ever turn it around. Been a while since you could hold her hand. She's so kind, she smiles and says she understands. Don't back down yet, it'll get brighter. Stand your ground like a veteran fighter. Grip that wheel just a little bit tighter now. Don't back down yet, it'll get brighter. Stand your ground like a veteran fighter. Grip that wheel just a little bit tighter now. No, don't back down yet, it'll get brighter. Stand your ground like a veteran fighter. Grip that wheel just a little bit tighter now. No, don't back down yet, it'll get brighter. Stand your ground like a veteran fighter. Grip that wheel just a little bit tighter now.
That's for you, Mary, and your husband, and I'm so glad that everything seems to have worked out. That is just great news. Yeah, oh, it looks like everyone's great. Yeah, this is a thing we can all kind of get together on here. This is a wonderful thing. See? Yeah, man. And even Aunt Teresa's happy about this. Mama Mary, look at this. Kevin asks. I'll come back to that question later. I think people are giving Mary a lot of love here, so that's great. Tom's giving Mary some love. That's wonderful. We're so glad that he's feeling better. All right. Let's, I'll take a few more questions and a few more requests then. Let's see. So Kevin asked, how do you resolve fights with your wife during COVID? Asking for a friend. Very tactful, Kevin, of you. I'm sure your wife doesn't suspect anything. I pretty much just do what my wife tells me to do 90% of the time. And then the other 10% of the time, I stand up for myself so that she'll still respect me, and that's about it. So that's my general, that's how I kind of break things down. Dan, hey, what's up, Dan? Out there in West Virginia. I've been digging through the recently released Tom Petty box set for Wildflowers. I got to get that. I heard that's great. What a masterpiece. Indeed it is. You know any songs from that record, Joe? Yes, I do. Man. Not anything that I could just straight up do off the top of my head with all the words. Maybe next week that'll be the one that I kind of cover. I mean, yeah. I wish I could do that off the top of my head, but there's so many great songs on there. There's Let Me Run With You Tonight, I'll Take You On a Moonlight Ride. And he wrote that album when he was in his mid-40s. And there's also a Time to Move On, Time to Get Going. What lies ahead, I have no way of knowing. But under my feet, baby, grass is growing. Yeah, it's time to move on. Time to get going. Such a simple song. Such a beautiful song. Maybe next week, Dan. Thanks for the request. I had another question here. I should do some Joni Mitchell sometimes. Emily Feld says you should do some I should. To be completely honest, you know what my one hang up is her songs are incredibly complex. They're really hard to play. So that would be my one hang up with it, is that the guitar work and the lyrics, it's like not for the faint of heart. It's really hard. But maybe I'll take a look at and do some Joni for sure. John wants to hear The Great Despiser. Yeah, you got it, man. No problem. Let's do it. Oh, I forgot to put this up. This is the most important part. If you can give a virtual tip in the tip jar today, we always appreciate that. Thank you very much. If you're not in a place to kick in, no problem. I'll be here for you anyway. But thank you always for people who toss in a tip or quote unquote buy a ticket. We always appreciate it. Here is The Great Despiser. Hey little brother, did you hear I made it back to town? I'm getting sober, that's some things I gotta figure out. I saw the station and the light we used to run around. I could have sworn that there were things I used to care about. Oh, so pleased to see you. It's been so long. Where you been since I've been gone? What were all those words we used to shout? I am the great despiser. I hold myself beside her. I often get the right harmonica for this, man.
Hey little brother, did you hear I'm slipping back and forth? I'm getting older, man, it's barely worth it anymore. I had a dream that we were sitting on the summer porch. It seemed like everything was just the way it was before. Oh, so pleased to see you. It's been so long. Where you been since I've been gone? What were all these frozen letters for? I'm the great despiser. I hold myself beside her. I often hope for fire. I am the great despiser. I don't wanna care about it anymore. 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 I don't wanna care about it anymore.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's see here. What else do you guys want to hear? Cynthia wants to hear a gentle few. Yeah, we can get to that for sure, for sure, for sure. Let's see. An Emmylou Harris song is a tune I could do. I'll do something off Wrecking Ball or something like that. That would be really good. You got it. Oh, wow. All right. Christopher Wilson says, The Sharpest Crown. We haven't heard this one since Sunday Songs, episode 6. Yeah, we should probably play that then, huh? Yeah, let's play that. Cody Johnson asked, any of your songs inspired by being a dad? I'm expecting my 5th kid in April. My Lord, sir. Congratulations. That's wonderful. No songs are inspired by kids, because when you have kids, you don't have time to write songs because you have no time at all. Of course, I'm talking to the guy with 4 kids and 1 on the way. So I probably shouldn't be talking, but in my experience, there's not a lot of inspiration going on with kids. All right. I'm going to have to kind of fake my way through Sharpest Crown here because I don't typically play it. But if I haven't played this in a while, I should.
Was a girl in my hometown says she wore the sharpest crown. Beautiful as diamond tile, but they never took her picture 'cause she never learned to smile. And it's not surprising, there's nothing exciting. I hope that she'll turn around. They say she wore the sharpest crown. She felt a darkness deep inside. She went and asked her mama why. She got no answer just because her mama wasn't sleeping or pretending that she was. It's not surprising, there's nothing exciting. Late at night you'll hear this sound. It says she wore the sharpest crown. Oh, I loved her, don't ask how. Must have had some reasons that I can't remember now. Some folks say I let her down. The same folks say she wore the sharpest. Dangerous, it tore the darkness, held her like a 10-ton harness. As I ran off for the farthest town. Says she wore the sharpest crown.
Did my best to fake it there, Chris. It's been since Sunday Songs number 6. Hey, Justin's playing along on drums all night. Too bad I can't keep rhythm, and you're having to chase me all around. Oh, wow. Michael's in, I start my work week over here in Singapore, 9 a.m. Monday. Always a treat to hear you play. Thank you, Michael. Hope things are going well in Singapore. What a world we live in, where I can be playing in my water-damaged basement in Prince George's County, Maryland, and you can be in freaking Singapore. Yeah, you know, Lucas is right. I do have to do it. Man, I got to do an Emmylou song. I got to do a Blaze Foley song. There's a lot of songs I got to do. All right, I'm seeing a couple votes for Long Midnight and a couple votes for Deep Dark Wells. So let me do, I'll do a version of Long Midnight. We'll do a couple songs here before we get out of here. Thank you for buying a ticket, hitting the tip jar if you can. Thank you for telling people about the show. When you can, I always really appreciate it. I guess we'll always remember this episode as Mama Mary's episode, when we found out that her husband was in good shape, her husband of 40 years. Here's All Long Midnight for you.
Like a morning star, like a firstborn son, well, my blistered heart has been lifted up, and through narrow eyes I have seen so long. Now my road is wide and my grievance gone. in my own, my own, my own, my own, my own long midnight is done. Like a steady job, like a heavy rain, I'll be close at hand when they call my name. I couldn't say as much even yesterday, but I have seen the flood in my heart is changed. In my own, my own, my own, my own, my own long midnight is done. In my own, my own, my own, my own, my own long midnight is done.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for listening to Sunday Songs tonight. I'm going to leave you with this one here. Come on back next week and hang out. I'd love to see you again. If this was your first time here, thank you. If you've watched like all of these, thank you. And I will see you next week. Bring a friend next week. Tell them about the show. Tell them it's a free show that we do every Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, over here on YouTube. I'm going to leave you with this one, and I'll see you next week.
From deep dark wells comes pure clean water, and the ice will melt as the day gets hotter and the night grows old, as the sun climbs into the sky. When now is then, and tomorrow's coming, and where you've been starts meaning something. As long as you can, just keep stumbling ahead. As long as you're not finished, you can start all over again. As long as you're not finished, you can start all over again. You can start all over again. From deep dark wells comes pure clean water, and the ice will melt as the day gets hotter and the night grows old, as the sun climbs into the sky. And as long as you're not finished, you can start all over again. As long as you're not finished, you can start all over again. As long as you're not finished, you can start all over again. As long as you're not finished, you can start all over again. You can start all over again.
Thank you, guys. I'll see you next week. That one was for Tommy Coleman. He said, Deep Dark Wells. I listened to it when I was sleeping in my basement freshman year of high school with a broken back. So that one's for you, Tommy. This whole episode is for Mama Mary and her family, her husband, who's in good shape. I hope he continues to be on the mend. I hope you guys have a great week. And I'll see you next week when you come back here and you bring a friend. Thank you very much. Peace.